Alright, welcome everybody. And tonight on the Sunday Spotlight, we're on the highway to hell. It's Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Released in 2021 by developer Owlcat Games, this is one of the latest in a sort of revival of tabletop PC games. The likes of Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, Neverwinter Nights, etc. And these days there are about as many modern takes on that category of RPGs, but I was a big fan of those titles in particular, and this mostly hits that same rhythm of play. Not exactly, though. Not exactly, but interesting side note, there is, like, some high-tech stuff going on in the Pathfinder universe. Like, yeah, there's like some country that is built on the wreckage of a spacecraft. They talk extensively in the lore about, like, other planets that have people living on it. Sure, yeah. I'll be going for the usual, like, hour and a half thing. But anyway, yeah, for those who plan on playing this for yourself, we'll be jumping into the early stages of Act 3. We'll be avoiding major plot spoiler talk and focusing specifically on a single quest to show off gameplay, but some key events will be unavoidable to discuss. If you want to go in completely blind, you may want to bail now, but if you want to know whether the game's worth the time, ask yourself if you enjoyed this likes like Pillars of Eternity or Tyranny, that kind of thing. If you do, you can safely pull the trigger on this. There's some clunkiness we'll discuss as we go, but overall I'm having a good time with it. Before we jump in, I want to highlight its rather extensive options here. Most notably, this game features a mix of turn-based and real-time combat. You can freely switch between them as you prefer. There's a long list of auto-pause conditions you can see here. It gives you plenty of time to react, and various tooltips and pop-ups that can be turned on and off. A lot of graphical tweaks, too. I was barely able to get this working on my laptop, which isn't really meant for gaming, but I was able to play it a bit over Christmas break, and there's some nice options to adjust for color blindness. It's very user-friendly. This is exactly what I like to see in a game like this. And I'll give the volume one more little bit of a bump. A little hard to gauge whether I can be properly heard over the volume. Do let me know if it's coming through a little bit loud. But anyway, let's get to it. So yeah, as we were discussing, for those new to the setting, Pathfinder is basically D&D's legally distinct cousin. Most of the same stuff applies, just with some different bells and whistles, some rule changes, a few new races and such. Rather nicely, the dialogue will have terms you can highlight for a quick, or sometimes not so quick reminder of people and places. It even lets you know if there's something of consequence that happened because of a decision you made, or a character you met early in the story. Tyranny did this as well, and while it can get kind of detail-dense, I found it a pretty big help in following the plot. I don't feel too lost in grasping what's going on. Grab a sip of tea here. So yeah, at this stage of the game, we have our own home base, which is actually a whole city that's we sort of develop as we go. We got our party members scattered around. The game takes place around a phenomenon called the Worldwound, which is like a massive series of craters that are caused by a literal portal to hell. It's comparable to the Zone in Stalker. It's not just monsters running around, but the laws of physics and the landscape are actually getting twisted in weird ways. Several crusades have come and gone trying to close it. The best they can do is keep it contained. We're the latest. Now, we do have an ace up our sleeve, which is our protagonist here. Namely, the protagonist stumbled across a glowing plot doohickey in the first 5 minutes of the game. Now, there's a bit more going on to it than that, and I'm actually interested in seeing where this goes. They're taking some clever twists, and it's becoming kind of a nice little page-turner of a story. But overall, the controls of the game are actually really nice. You can see here we can freely navigate from the map, angle the camera and such. We have pretty precise movement over the characters. A lot of interesting little options down here, like this one over here enables inspecting, which lets you point over a monster and it'll tell you some pretty specific details. So if you come across something you have never fought before, you can quickly look at its alignment, its resistances, what it's weak to, what it's strong to, everything that's currently active on it. Oh, hey, Kirby. No. It's every other Sunday. So, yeah, every other Sunday I stream something different. So, yeah, today we're playing Pathfinder. But good to see you. How's it going tonight? But anyway, yeah, as I was explaining, in Act 2, you start the whole army management stuff, and here in Act 3, the crusade is now in full swing. At the start of this arc, you have several problems going, one of which is a dragon flying around harassing your army. We've contracted an adventurer who has an idea where to find it, but there's an army of demons sitting in our way. Let's get to the map and I'll show you what I mean. Hey, Branch, good to see you too. Let's see. Right, we need Graybor in here because he's specifically hunting for it. Gotta have my spider kitty. Yep. Hey, Kirby. Thank you so much. Hold off on Winter Sun till level 11. Got it. Yeah, there are some... I'm going to use the word interesting to be polite here, but there are some interesting little difficulty spikes here, depending on what you hit first and the way things are laid out on the map. You don't necessarily want to hit everything you can the second you can. A fake D&D game. Yeah, pretty much. It's D&D and a funny hat and a mustache. But yeah, good to see you, Ivory. But anyway, one of the main distinguishing elements of this game is that the context isn't just for show. You actually are raising an army, and you control them in big, albeit simplified battles, and you build up your fortifications. So we're going to be focused on getting to the dragon, who is way the hell over here, and you'll note we've got some problems in the way here. So we sort of have to build up an army and actually push past these obstacles. So, to do that, we need to build up our infrastructure as well. There's a lot of interesting little quirks to the strategy. Let me open up the menu for Dresden here. Protection from energy. Yeah, that's what I found out when there was like a random encounter featuring a dragon. Like, it mopped the floor with me until I put up protection from fire. Then, well, it was still overpowered, but it made it a lot more manageable. It's that kind of game, where if you know the right counterspell, you can easily push past some difficult encounter, but until you figure it out, you're probably going to run into some difficulty. So anyway, yeah, so you manage each fortification and build up services here, some of which affect your army, some of which affect resource production or give services to your party. There's kind of a weird hybrid of grand strategy and turn-based combat. It's kind of a light version of each. There are definitely issues, but there's also some depth to it that I think complements rather than conflicts with the party stuff. So you can see here, we're building a stables. That's going to give us access to some mounted units. We're also building a teleportation circle, which once it's completed, will let us will let our party warp between outposts. And I think it also applies to your army as well. So yeah, you have resource management here. You've got like a daily amount of finance, materials, energy that comes in, and you use that to build structures. Supposedly, these outposts also come under attack, and you'll periodically need to respond. That hasn't yet been an issue, but I'm expecting it to be a problem at some point. In fact, we'll hold off on building anything here. But I will build a teleportation thing down on another... I'll build it on another outpost and see if we can demonstrate that for the end. We'll build one right here. Why not? This does add a little bit of extra time clicking, because you can see here it's pouncing between. There's like a loading screen every time you do that. I settled in and cheated the Crusader mode. I can see that, yeah. I can see it being kind of a... Okay, can I actually build one here? No, I can't. Damn. That figures. Oh, well. Anyway, we'll just build some other stuff here. We'll build a citadel, just in case. Like, it's not necessarily all that deep, but it adds something to this game that I kind of like and is kind of hard to explain. There's something to the overall atmosphere I find really appealing. That they are conveying with every detail in this game that you are actually literally invading hell, and you're it's taking into account a lot of details that would logically entail, like the logistics of moving your army around, the fact that the demons can attack you from behind, they can teleport to places. Sometimes it's just background flavor, sometimes it actually bears out in story, but they are reinforcing singularly that you're part of this massive endeavor that has failed before, and if you're not careful, may fail again. Holy shit, we got raiders! Hey, it's Ira! Ira, how's it going, friendo? What are you up to? Hold on a second, I'm gonna give you a shout out here. You were playing Titan Quest, right? Storm in the Underworld. Nice! Okay, let's see. We got an army right here. That's actually kind of a problem. Yeah, I think we can get these guys over here. So, like I said, this is kind of... Like, I like the feel of it. By the numbers, it's actually kind of janky. Like, we'll see down here, you've got 2 units, one rated at 4, one rated at 6. you don't necessarily want to go by that as your overall difficulty rating. You got your Crusader army here also rated at 6. It's not really a precise measurement of your unit's firepower. Like, if we take a closer look at here, you see there is... Can we expand that here? Yes, we can. So yeah, you've got wolves and you've got plagued horses and such, which by themselves are a problem, but if you've got a large number of archers, or other ranged units, or even the ability to heal, that can give your unit a lot of staying power past their official rating. So it is something you want to keep in mind as you conflict. Oh, they can't actually reach it. We'll have to wait till the next turn. Okay, the first Titan Quest expansion is basically where the devs finally got to do what they wanted with the game. Depiction of the Greek underworld is not particularly faithful, but it is interesting. Oh, cool. Alright, so we'll leave them there. We'll move you hereabouts. We may have to do some juggling of units when we finally push westward, so let us stack here. Now, on the world map, your party moves in kind of a similar fashion. You don't necessarily know exactly where you're headed. You'll see here that as we go off the map... Oh, what happened here? Wait for the results. Okay. Oh, that's right, that's right. I issued an order, and I think it just came due. That's fine. So yeah, we'll move our party up here. We're not bound by movement points, but as you can see here, we'll eventually develop fatigue as we proceed. Eventually, the game will kind of force you to break camp. We'll go ahead and do that now. But first... Let's see, orders Irbeth. Irbeth's breakdown, which occurred before the assault on Dresden, still haunts her mind. Basically, she's one of our commanders and actually an important character in the game. We sent her down to a lower squad so she could sort of reconnect with an old unit and kind of get her shit together. So, that's going well. Oh, okay, so commotion in the commander's study. On the orders of persons unknown, a crowd of servants have dragged an object into the commander's study. Okay, object is... doing a lot of legwork there. Is this like some... Is this a cursed object? Is this something of value? I feel like this notice could have explained a little bit. So, we'll get to that. Okay, Darren has filed a request for a public audience with the commander. It seems he either has something important to announce or a new jest to try out. Fantastic. And we'll deal with that in due time. Let's see. Anything else of note? So yeah, in addition to managing your army, you'll also be managing your base and issuing decrees and such. Some of these are just putting your official stamp on actions and allocating resources to stuff like holding a parade or bringing in some people to support the crusade. Others are a little more nuanced and involve decisions that may have... that might have like some particular good or evil consequence, or may have something to do with long-term planning. So there's a lot going on here. It conveys the feel of commanding an organization. I'll have to see how exactly all this stuff bears out. Some of it is stuff like just upgrading the various relics we've been finding, but it does kind of feel like you're both adventuring in the field, but also a lot of paperwork is crossing your desk. So enough of that for now. Alright. Let's see. Actually, events and decrees, that's fine. Can we recruit yet? No, we cannot. So we'll have to wait till we can get some more guys. I think we'll need a little bit of muscle before we push forward, but might as well... Actually, wait. Oh, no, we cannot. Alright, so in the process of moving around, enough time passed that we get another set of movement points. So, let's save up, and let's take a whack at these units over here to get us into the Demon Army. Actually, hang on a second. Looks like there is more than one here. Bureaucrat Simulator. Yeah, you know, I always kind of wanted something like that, where you're actually in charge of something at a high level, and you're making decisions like this, but not in a way that is paralyzingly dense, which the last time I tried Crusader Kings 2, I love the stories about it, but I kind of bounced off it. It's kind of hard to explain. There's a... Okay, so enemies are retreating, pursue them and fight. Fuck that, we're going to take them out. Yeah, there's a sweet spot of managerial detail where I can have fun with the concept, but it doesn't overwhelm me with the minutia. Okay, so get to it. Get to my notes here. So yeah, you can let the AI resolve this automatically, and they'll do a decent enough job, but it has blind spots on both sides you can take advantage of. But the controls here are, I'm gonna be honest, they could use improvement. Now, a unit's turn ends when you move or attack, and if you want to move and attack, you have to click on an enemy. Now, you see how the cursor changes as we move around the target? That indicates the direction you'll be attacking from. This applies even if you're right next to them, so if you're not careful, you can send a blocking unit to the other side or put them in danger from something else. I'm not gonna say it's a deal breaker, but it's very loose and it takes some getting used to. We have Heroes of Might and Magic at home. Yeah, basically. So yeah, right, so we'll send our scouts ahead. Actually, we'll start with one of our general's abilities to cast Scorching Ray, which if we're lucky, should take one of these problems right off the board. Nice! So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This army, I think, was actually ranked at 4, but with the right combination of abilities, you can trivialize the difficulty of it. Alright. So, one of the quirks of mounted units, or at least these mounted units, is they actually do more damage depending on how many squares they move. So you can see here we're likely to kill about 1 to 5 units, but if we move over here, we can kill 2 to 6. Many iterations of IHAM have the same issue with attack direction. Yeah, I feel like there should be an elegant solution to this, but I'm not sure what that would be. Hey, Octal, good to see you. How's it going tonight? Ah, excellent. So we got a morale boost. That means we get to take another turn. Outstanding. So we might actually wrap this up relatively quickly. Oh yeah, we're dominating these fools. Hey, Hina, good to see you. That's the thing. You need to be able to move and then issue an attack order without combining the two, because you'll see it with ranged units where they literally can only do one or the other. Now, it's not really a factor for them in that they can attack any unit on the board, but sometimes you want to get them out of a position and then attack, and they just can't do that. Anyway. God damn, we are high on morale in this party. Excellent, excellent. Alright, clerics, up you go. Alright. Barely took any damage there. Excellent. So yeah, we should be able to walk this. Oh yeah, we got this. Hey, you know, whatever it takes. I mean, that's literally how the Hell Knights roll. Now, one nice thing is that other than your general spell pool, other than your general... Oh, enemy has reached you and now attacks. I guess we got another one. Alright, fine. Anyway, you basically refresh after every fight, and your units, provided you had enough, well, it's a little complicated to explain here. So up here you have your infirmary size, which indicates roughly the number of casualties you can take before you start genuinely losing people. Anybody you lose up to this point, and I think there's like a point value for individual units and not necessarily the individual unit cap, but anybody you lose up to that point gets restored after the fight and is good to go. Anybody you lose above that point, if your units don't have a way to heal, those units are lost forever. So there's a limit to how much you can push your units, but within a certain threshold, you can bounce back and just have them keep fighting until they run out of movement points. Anyway, so we've got cultist fighters and cultists. And these guys are a particular problem because they've got a rather nasty AoE attack that drains some of their health and kills some of their guys, but mostly is a problem for everybody around them. So we'll want to start punishing them. So yeah, you saw here this starts to go up. Units you lose can be recovered up to a point. And some of your units will actually have healing spells of our own. Our general actually has one as well. But up to that threshold, you don't need to worry about that. So, yeah, we'll move ahead. Yeah, so we're starting to lose some scouts here. That's okay. Alright, I want you to zip around and give them some trouble. Easy enough. Ah, yeah, see, I tried to have the fighters attack from up in this direction, but because I accidentally moved a bit too far and clicked on the square, the fighter moved and their turn is over. So there is some fiddliness you really need to be aware of that you'll only be able to figure out as you proceed. Might as well smite them. Alright. Yeah, we'll have you attack from up there. Excellent. We're in pretty good shape here, but things can go awry if they suddenly get... Yeah, see, that's one thing you want to be wary of with cultists, because they will do that when you start surrounding and pounding on them, and it can cause a surprisingly large amount of damage to your forces. You can see here, we're a little over halfway up on the infirmary, so you want to circle around, squash them as soon as possible. The fighters are on here mostly to distract you and kind of tank for them. Alright, fortunately that won't be a problem. In fact, let's go ahead and... Oh, no, retreats. I think there's a hotkey for this. Yes, there we go. A will turn back on auto battle, which still functions by turn-based rules, so there's no real-time element to this like there is with the normal combat. And victory. Alright. So yeah, because our losses were below the infirmary threshold, we get them right back. Meanwhile, the enemy suffers total defeat. Outstanding! Way to go, Magister Pilkwell. Have yourself a scone. Now, up ahead is a fortification. These are hard stops for your party, whereas you can bypass demon armies on the ground, although I think you're guaranteed at least a high chance of a random encounter. The fortifications will stop you cold, and those must be uprooted by your army. So let's give this one a crack, and let's see if we can bust it open. Here we go. Alright. So, yeah, this army was rated at 6. They're actually not too bad in terms of numbers, but obviously they're going to be fairly sturdy. I think... Let's see if we can get a little more information on what we're dealing with here. So, Fallen Knights, let's see, they can cast Frighten, that's a bit of an issue. Amoxes, I don't know what the hell these things are about. Okay, so they can summon units, that's a fairly significant problem. They can summon these guys. Let's see if we can take one of these groups out with Scorching Ray. The Giants are basically just tanks. They don't actually do a lot of damage in my experience unless you're all bunched up. So let's see if we can take one of these more squishier pieces off the board. Nice! Alright. Yeah, it's not a terribly damaging attack. They're mostly just there to be a physical obstruction and to draw your fire. Well, that's more the party management stuff, which we will get to. Mostly just showing off the army battle stuff, because this is not necessarily an equal... I'd say you're roughly doing this, I want to say, about a quarter of the time. Maybe 30%, it's kind of hard to say. The map you'll be clearing in order to get to the regular Baldur's Gate-style party stuff is fairly expansive. So you'll be doing this a lot, especially from the second act onward. But looks like we've got this pretty much in the bag. Famous last words, I know. The impression I get is they were getting the engine to do something it wasn't really designed to do, and every now and then it strains in a way that you can kind of tell. It's not what I would call bad, but it does feel like they're a little out of their wheelhouse. There we go. Alright. GG, team. Alright. Easy as pie. Hey, miss, good to see you. Alright. So, with that fort out of the way, our army can advance this way. Now, basically, we need to repeat that here and send our guys over here to get with the dragon.
Hey! Hey! Oh!
Aw, thanks a bunch. That's going to be a bit tricky, though. This one, while ranked as a 6, is going to be much trickier. In fact, let me see if I can... Hey, Orange, good to see you. So, yeah, big problem here is that you are limited in the... You're limited in the number of units you can put in these spaces, but not in the quantity each of these units can contain. So you've got like 250 zombies here, and a whole bunch of wights. Basically, we need a giant-ass army to push that out of the way as well. So even though we've got armies that are rated as 6, I've tried this before. Things end badly if we just try to muscle our way past. So, we're going to need to build up and push through. Can we recruit anybody yet? So yeah, we'll be doing this a lot where you just need to sort your units out in a way that can push past this particular obstruction. If we had a little more time, we would raise a bigger army. And there are other things you can do in the meantime. Like if you switch back here, you can see there are other objectives. Like there's the Nameless Ruins, which actually that's a quest we'll go back to because there's a puzzle. But yeah, the Molten Scar is a plot quest. Winter Sun, as Mirage mentioned, we'll want to do that later because there's some objectives there. So there's things you can be doing both at a strategic level and both on a personal level with your team. So I do like that ability to switch back and forth between gameplay modes and focus on what interests you at the moment. So let us poke these guys and let's see how bad this goes. Alright, now, this general is interesting because she doesn't have a lot of offensive abilities. She does have a rather potent heal. She is able to lay down some traps, which we'll use to start thinning out their numbers. And we're going to need to because these things mean business. Alright. Let's see here. Not a lot we can do there. Might as well start poking at the zombies. So yeah, a perfectly viable strategy is to just create a doom stack of archers and just steamroll your way through enemies. Problem is they can do that as well, and the AI is... I'm not going to say it's intelligent, but it does prioritize... It sometimes prioritizes your ranged units and units with special abilities, so you want to be mindful that you're not just going in with enough ranged units. You do want actual protection, healing, and such. It's in your best interest to build balanced parties, kind of the way you want a good assortment of skills for your actual adventuring party. So you can arrow over enemies, and you can see their movement squares here, so if we move right here, this guy shouldn't be able to reach us. Of course, now we get an extra turn. Fine, we'll just sit right there. Alright, so that took out a good chunk of them. That's good. And so we're going to use this flare, which may confuse these enemies for us and buy us some extra time. Excellent. Alright. Alright, let's keep plinking away at these things. So yeah, the smaller an enemy, the fewer... I'm tripping over my own tongue here. The fewer units in an army, the less damage they do. So it behooves us to thin out their numbers as quickly as possible. But also, you want to be careful about over-damaging an enemy that is on its last legs. That might be better spent thinning out another unit that threatens your guys here. So yeah, we're kind of spreading it out between them to make sure that both aren't going to be hitting terribly hard. But they're about to start getting some hits in, so we're going to need to be careful. So, we'll go down here, get those whites. And we'll go over here. Goody gumdrops. Alright, yeah, that one took a good chunk out of us. These guys are okay, so here's what we're going to do. We will heal these knights. Or champions, actually. Alright. Yes. So now the question of whether we can kill these things while sustaining a healing curve. Now you'll notice here that the general's magic points are the main limiting factor. Some unit abilities are single use per battle, others are tactical and others are strategic and they affect your units for the entirety of the fight. Still others are governed by the mana pool. Basically the generals are both your biggest assets, but also the main reason why you don't want to just get into a lot of fights with these same units over and over again and gain experience. You do want to spread out the burden as you proceed through the campaign. Anyway, let's see. There we go. Now they're going to start laying in some hurt. Motherfucker! Okay, that's a problem. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. A significantly large number of units can cause a big roadblock. You can only surpassed by putting enough muscle on the field. And now we can't even heal them because they're dead. Fantastic. Alright, well. Valhalla awaits. Let's see if we can try to salvage this. So yeah, at this point, we're basically fighting a damage curve, seeing if we can deplete them before they deplete our footmen and then run over here and massacre us. Interesting little detail, if somebody does manage to get close to your archers, then they're basically locked into melee mode. You'll actually see their unit put away their bow and switch to like a short sword or a dagger or something, and they'll only be able to attack the units that are right next to them. Ah, fuck me. See, this is what I'm talking about. So we only got like 20 back on that heal, so we might lose these footmen. That's a problem. Okay. Yeah, see, now their morale's failing and they're making a run for it. And they're coming for us. Super. Hey, finally they can move, and they can't do a goddamn thing. Wonderful. Yeah, you see here, now the archers are locked in melee combat. That's not going to work for us. Yeah, no, this ain't going to work. Let's back out. Well, we had a particularly weak heal, and they had a couple really strong hits. So, that's kind of how quickly a big battle can turn around. So, we're going to need to plan this a bit more carefully. So here, we are going to jank our way through this as much as we can. We're basically just going to buy a fuck ton of resources with our own money here. Enough that we can recruit these here Hell Knights, and then we'll divert Hell Knights that we already have on the field to help out. Is this advisable? No. Is this a sign that I don't really know what I'm doing? Yes. But, will it get us through? Yes. Alright. Where you fellas at? Did I actually pen that? No, I didn't. Okay. Oop. Yes. Oh, that's why. Damn it. Okay, see, this is another janky little thing about there. Because we have an army already on there that's just comprised of units I have sitting around, and because that army is at its army size cap, they can't actually recruit because it's trying to automatically put them in here. In fact, hang on a second. Can I switch out from that? Dismiss. No, I can't. Alright. You guys, I'm going to need you to take a hike for a minute so I can actually buy some more fucking units here. Like I said, I get the impression that their reach slightly exceeded their grasp on this. And, you know, I'm not going to blame them for trying. It's honestly not that bad most of the time. There's just a lot of janky little things about the engine that are difficult to anticipate, and you need to know to work around. Yep, army has no more unit movement points left. That's okay. We have to camp anyway. Let's do it. So this is an interesting little detail, and this is something that comes up while you're in regular gameplay. You'll see down here you've got a Abyssal Corruption gauge. While you're camping out in the wild, this will slowly go up, and the higher it is, the more it starts to affect your party. So yeah, you can see here at a certain level, they can't perform charge attacks, they suffer penalties to their stats, so you're assigning units to perform certain actions in the field that will mitigate the chances of this happening. Oh, thanks, Kirby. So yeah, while you're camping, everybody has certain jobs. Someone is putting up some protective rituals that will lower the gauge, or, like, reduce the growth of it. Someone will set up camouflage to reduce the risk of attack. Someone's on night watch, so if we are attacked, that we won't be caught fully by surprise. And we've got someone here, Darren here, he's cooking moss pottage, which will give us a bonus on skill checks if he succeeds. In fact, let's take a look and make sure he will. 90%. I think that's fair. Actually, who's not doing anything? Greybor, do your thing. That should do. Alright. Everybody take 5.
The demons just seem to keep coming and coming recently. Like there's no end to them. If things keep going this way, the Queen will have to gift me a tract of land, because there won't be enough gold in the country's coffers to pay for my services rendered.
Greyboar always with his eyes on the prize. He is all about looking out for number one, and frankly, given the rest of the party we have to deal with, that's almost refreshing. Alright. We still don't have anybody that can move yet. So, let us advance. Actually, can we get by here? Okay, so stables are built. That's good. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. I think the game lets you move past the demon units, but if you try, yeah, almost every time I've tried, you end up in a random encounter. So let's get some regular gameplay here. All right. Ah, fuck me. Yeah, that's kind of been my expression or experience. Anyway, so yeah, this is us in turn-based mode. As you can see here, we are starting a bit behind the 8-ball. Yeah, if the forts don't let you pass at all. So we got a whole bunch of nasties coming in to bother our shit. Fortunately, we have a whole assortment of goodies with which to bother them right back. Make it fun, huh? Alright, let's see. First, let's get a prayer going. Alright. Well, let's see if I can get to Wenduag, and then I've got just the thing. Oh, I should have put his halo on. Alright. Sela. Kind of a waste to smite evil on that, but what the hell, we'll be resting anyway. Nice! Ash Giant? More like pain in the ass giant. Ha-ha! Oh, goddamn. Okay, that's a knockdown, that's a problem. Oh, goddamn. No, they took out our fox lady. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Wenduag's just kind of... Oh, shit, she's sickened. Is she also confused? She is confused. God damn it. Wenduag, you had one job. Okay, right. Situation just a little bit fucked. Let's channel some positive energy. Speaking of keeping it positive here, Alright. Let's put your halo on, my dude. We all need a little bit of rally here. Alright. Oh, damn it. I meant to go for the giant. Okay, Sela, can you get up without, No, you cannot. Alright, see if you can tank through it. That is your job, after all. Alright, heal yourself up. And, in fact, why don't you heal... Nenio is kind of a lost cause. She's kind of on her own. Just heal Clive.
I dedicate my body to science.
That's the right attitude. She'll go far in this organization. Now, okay, can you take out that giant? Please say yes. Yes! Damn it! Sela, this is not a time for a power nap. Oh, this is messy as fuck, man. Oop. Okay, are you shooting at me or the... No, you're shooting at me. God damn it, I thought we had something. Okay, Bone Shaker. Will that work? No. I mean, it probably will, but we really need some healing again. So, more positive energy. Given his character in the game, it's actually kind of super ironic that Daeron is a healer, but, you know. Yeah, you know, I mean, that is in character with her, I will grant. Alright. Take out the Contaminator. Damn it! Okay, his resistances are jacked, that's a problem. Alright, stand up again. Yeah, see, this is why I recommend that for difficulty fights... for difficulty fights. Ah, you get that clip, perfect. This is why I recommend for difficult fights, you really do want it in turn-based mode, because not just seconds matter, but you want...
This condition is irrational.
you want to take time with making decisions and looking carefully at the enemy, and you can pause in real time, but some things are just a little more feasible to do. Like, if an enemy is hitting you with ranged attacks and you're advancing in real time, they will get attacks off, whereas you'll have time to close that in turn-based. So it plays a little bit differently. And obviously that holds true in reverse as well. Anyway, let's see why this thing is being so stubborn. Alright, Darkshine. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Horde Abyssal Radiation makes this creature stronger, gives us +6 to AC, +12 to ability scores. God damn it. Okay, so he's kind of a force multiplier, and I don't even know if we can dispel that. That's permanent. So, do we need to get it out of the poison cloud? Alright. Greybor, how about you focus on the giant-ass bug over there, and let's see what we can do about this. Unfortunately, Greybor is kind of a beast himself. You can see here he's got 5 goddamn attacks. Damn it! Okay, Seal is down now. Okay, Wendog, please stop being confused. This is deeply irritating to my strategy. Alright, let's see if we can heal Seal up. Good. Goody gumdrops. Alright, homeboy. You know, let's focus you down. Yes! Now we're talking. Okay, good. I will say it is damn satisfying to jib creatures in this, which if you've got units that generate a lot of crit damage, like Wendog, happens really often. It is absurd and violent, and it rules. Like, the 15-year-old part of my brain just goes, yes! Okay, Seal is up. Good. You know what? Chug one of these as well. Why not? I really need better healing potions. Alright. Okay, dude. What can we do about this? Let's see if you can even hit the thing. Try it. Yeah, see? That's 20 AC. We're gonna have to cast something to get through that resistance. Jesus Christ, it's really got it in for Seela there. Okay, Wendog is finally up, finally unconfused, thank God. Alright, light him up.
No match for me.
I mean, maybe do the smack talk after you hit it. That'd be nice. Alright, can we do anything about this? Alright, Breath of Life. Can bring recently slain creatures back to life. Cure Lightning's Mass. Break Enchantment. No. See, most of our Dispel stuff is on Nenio there. So, we're kinda in trouble here. Will this actually do any damage to it? Fuck it, let's find out. Alright, good. So that did some damage. Alright. Let's do this, which is kind of a plot ability. Yeet! Alright, problem is that triggers a reaction attack, and we took a beating for it. I feel like we need to pull this thing out from there, but... You know what, Seela, just stay in place. Okay, that's the guy I think it is. He's a pretty wild SR, AC saves, and also attack can trip and reach 10. You know what? That definitely lines up with the difficulty we are having. Alright. Let's at least see if we can pull it out of this cloud here. I think that's giving it some kind of buff. Hard to tell sometimes. Standing up always triggers a reaction. Got it. Alright. It's out of the cloud, so it can't punish it all at once. Okay, pressing Y and hovering, he makes the cloud on its own. Got it. Yeah, I mean, I figured that from the Contaminator name. Anyway, Wendy, please make this thing not be there anymore. Oh, come on. You are literally missing the broadside of a barn here. Okay. Darren, heal. We're not even going to get to the dragon tonight. We're just getting our shit rocked by this one random encounter. Okay, yeah, whatever. Just move back. Alright, Fuck it. Spam everything we've got. So, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that this is why you don't want to try to muscle your way past groups your army has not cleared. Because you run into bullshit like this. Stacking attack buffs. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Alright. So we've got aid going, or prayer going. Might as well throw bless down. Oh, he just lives in that zone. Okay. Wonderful. It's his world, we're just living in it. Alright. We are doing some damage to him. What's its HP at? Alright. So 42 left. We can theoretically do this if somebody can land a hit on the fucking thing. Maybe somebody rolls a 20? Yes? No? Like you'll see here, it's not actually doing a lot of contact damage. Like Windog is as squishy as it gets, but she's perfectly capable of taking the hits here. The problem is it's just got so many support abilities and such high... Yes! There we go! Windog! You have restored my faith in you. Okay. Well, that was an adventure. Alright, where's the exit from this zone? We gotta rest. Now, Nenio took a bump there. Now, on the normal rules, and I'm not sure if this applies to core or the other adjacent rules, but on normal, basically everybody that goes down can do so once, and if they die again, then they die for real. It's called Death's Door. It works kind of like it does in Darkest Dungeon, with the exception that they are down for the course of the fight, but will get back up afterwards, mostly functional. But, yeah, if they die again, they die for real. Bolt of Justice or other heavy-hitting range touch SR. Yeah, like, this is kind of where you get into the classic, like, the tabletop, the classic tabletop video game stuff, like I mentioned, Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale. If you know the resistance, if you know what your enemy is resistant to, and you have the right counterspell, you can easily trivialize fights, and there are ways to actually, like, just completely destroy them. There's all sorts of fun ways to cheese even the most difficult of bosses, but until you know that, you can very often run into a brick wall. Like, at the climax of Act 2, there was one character, there's like this sort of optional fight against a character that was a cleric, but in story they were actually a blacksmith, and they just had resistances jacked to the roof, and they were almost impossible to touch unless you had specific spells at your disposal. Now, if you did, he was trivial, but you're not necessarily going to be ready for that on your first time through. So, a lot of this stuff does depend on foreknowledge, or at least the ability to prepare for a variety of scenarios you don't necessarily know enough to anticipate. But anyway, alright. Alright, boyos. Let them make the first move to get in range. There we go. Good, good, good. Alright. I wish they were stacked a little closer together. In fact, I probably should have moved my units closer together. Oh well. We'll slow these guys down, hopefully. Well, one is better than none, marginally. Alright. Let's go down there and start soaking up some fire. Let's see. Shield wall or not to shield wall? Yeah, why not? We don't have that many guys. This will end in tears, but we will do what we can. Alright, good. Oof. Alright. Let's see if our footmen can hold out long enough for our guys up here to get the job done. So we're going to focus on bringing those whites down, because they're hitting our champions pretty hard. Hey! Bonus archer turn. Fuck yeah! Alright. Alright, here we go. Now we're talking. Good. Alright, that frees us up a little bit. That's much better. We should finally be able to squeeze past this. Oh, see? That's kind of what I was talking about earlier. If you slip up just a little bit, you can find your unit moving up a little bit when you don't intend to. It's not always the end of the world, but every now and then it can catch you off guard. And if you're counting on a unit blocking a vulnerable unit, like say your archers, that can be a huge problem. So always be mindful of where you're pointing. Alright. Alrighty, Roo. Yeah, here we go. Damn it. Yeah, this is kind of what I'm talking about with overkilling. You really do want to spread the damage out and maximize it so they're doing less damage to you. But we're doing much better this time around. I think we got this. Famous last words, I know. Yeah, actually, we'll send the footmen up to finish this guy off. There we go. Alright. Let you bring down them zombies. One laborious click at a time. Alright. Start focusing on those whites. I think once we get the whites down, we should be able to auto-win this. Almost there. Ah, of course they are starting to panic. I guess getting munched on by a horde of zombies repeatedly would be actually kind of horrifying. And in fact, there's like an early plot development in Act 2 that I won't spoil, but involves this very concept where you are using healing magic strategically to preserve your units through an otherwise rather horrific onslaught. And it's conceptually horrifying. Like, they get into some real-ass, like, hell scenarios here. Credit to the writers that they are unleashing some very imaginative... the forces of hell that they depict here are very clever in the way they inflict pain on their victims. And it's very... Again, it's one of the many things that successfully conveys the mood they're going for. That you are up against an enemy that is fiendish and, worst of all, legion. Plagued Horse is dead. We killed him. Alright, I think we can autopilot this now. Yeah, that should do. Alright, computer, I'm trusting you here. Take us home. Until she tries to kill you, the hot demon lady is your friend. That's the rule of thumb, right? I think demons are just broadly misunderstood. Last words before I get strung up in the town square. Ah, gentlemen, you got this. Yay! Alright. Victory is mine. Actually, we didn't lose anyone. Awesome! Alright. Mine was once filled with the undead, but it has now been cleaned. When demons get close to the mine to save themselves, when demons got close to the mine, the miners blocked the entrance, hoping that help would arrive before they starved to death. Alas, help never arrived, and those trapped suffered a truly horrible fate. But we get materials points. We get an increase to our daily materials. So, good on us. Alright. Hey, our general made a level up. Excellent, excellent. You know, we'll sleep on that decision for now. Let's get our commander's entourage moving. We need to make it to the Grimwood, which is for sure the kind of place you want to go ahead of your army. Oh boy, now what? Okay, what's going on? Oh, fuck me sideways. Well, we got the dragon, and it's gonna fuck us up. Okay, shit on a stick. Now what? Yeah. Yeah, I did. I literally asked for this. Okay, yeah, we need to spread out here. This is gonna be a massacre. Alright. Greybor, can you reach it? No, you can't. Let's see. That probably won't help against, fire. Screw it. Down the potion of haste. Get the fuck out of the way, my dude. Okay. Seela, I know you're on death's... Yeah, we did not have a chance to... We did not have time to rest here. Like, oh, this is gonna suck ass. Alright, Seela, I'm gonna have to ask you to tank this here. Can you... Okay, you don't have protection from energy. It's a really nice looking game. I've been very impressed with some of the bigger set piece encounters. Dragon is evil, right? Yes, it is. Alright. Well, that'll have to do. Okay, okay, yeah, it's red at CE for sure. That makes sense. Alright, Darren. You've got protection from energy. Here we go. Or resist fire. Here we go. Damn it, Seal is just out of range. Alright, take your 5-step, then cast the spell. This is not going to be nearly enough. It was a problem last time, and it's going to be a problem this time. Alright, Wendog, move off to the side. Take a shot. Maybe you can make it laugh. Okay, actually, she hit it. That's good. Now, last time I didn't need... This isn't the first time this thing has showed up, and I think this is actually the dragon we're looking for. It's just it harasses us a couple times before we fight it for real. So, Archon's Aura, any hostile creature must save a will throw to effect, no. Grant Repose, no. We have anything here that can help. Spirit Paladins, maybe. Not especially, no. Ah, fuck it. If I'm going down swinging. Yeet! Alright. Now move. Okay, Nenio, how about you move way the hell back? Actually, you have anything that might help with this? No, you don't. Bollocks! Oh yeah, Wand of Fireball. That's gonna be real helpful. Move off to the side over here. Just don't stack too close to Windwag. Otherwise, you might draw the fire as well. Okay, we could just try Magic Missile. Like, she's got stuff that could help if she were going to survive, but again, she's on death's door. This might be a problem. Okay, this is funny. So, she leveled up and got this spell, and it's a spell that does not have a title. There's a lot of little glitches and bugs here and there, and some typos and such. There's been some amusing spell descriptions that aren't fully explained. Icy Prison, yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. And actually, in one instance, like one of the very first loading tooltips I had said, it's time to decide what to do with the Worldwound. and kind of giving away the arc of the game there. I mean, obviously that's where all this is pointing to, but this is literally out the starting gate here, and I was highly amused when that happened. Yeah, it's empty string. So, yeah, there are still issues to be sorted out here. Fuck it, magic missile, why not? Okay, we tickled it. Good. Okay. Well, good news. Half our party is still standing. Bad news. Half our party is not standing. Yeah. Yeah, and of course it appears to have, I forget the name of the spell. It's the one that makes you look like you're sort of like 5 feet to the left or right. And you'd think with a dragon that wouldn't be all that big an issue, but here we are.
Simply business.
Alright, Greybore literally can't do anything but attack. I'm not sure if it's blur. There's a couple that do effects like that. Actually, we can take a look at it. Let's find out. It is displacement, yeah. Yeah, without protection of energy, protection from energy, that would have been a total wipe. So, alright. Alright, fingers crossed, Gwendog. Can you save us again? Ooh, good hit. Alright. Alright, homeboy, you played the best cards you got. You know what, throw down Spirit Paladins, why not? Maybe that will amuse it. Alright, yeah, they can't even scratch this thing. You're hardly... troublesome prey. You're hardly worth it. I'll kill you another time, etc. Thank Christ. Okay. So. That was a sign we are getting close to our quarry. But we have a slight problem in that, Nenio is now dead. Do we have any spells for this occasion? Yeah, this is what Miracle Max was talking about with the dead, and the mostly dead. Alright. Items. Do we have anything here of use? Possibly. Let's see. Oh, we do got these, Torrential Scale, which, can restore life to a deceased party member. Is there anything else we can do that, though? We've only got 2, and as far as I know, you don't get extras. Or at the very least, they are a very, very scarce resource. I've had those since literally the start of the game. No, I do not. Not at this hour of night, but thank you. One of Mirror Image. Rod of Mysticism. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to burn one of these guys. Alright. Nenio, back on your feet. We're not done with you. There you go. Good as new. Alright. As long as we're here... Actually, wait, no. We will...
I know the way.
Let's see. We will make camp as soon as we get back to... Here we go. As soon as we get back to the world map. Alright. Yes, please. Let us rest.
Here's an interesting fact. To dissolve a body in acid cheaply and without the use of magic, you simply need to...
Go slower, please. It looks like it's my turn to start making note of interesting facts.
Nenio's science on loan from Breaking Bad, and of course Greybore would be interested. Like, I'm coming around to the characters in this game. Like, there are some that I don't think make a terribly good first impression, some of that's by design, but the deeper in you get, the more you kind of peel back what makes them tick, and they're taking some twists that I genuinely don't see coming. It's not always great, but it's consistently good. And like the story as a whole is kind of a page-turner, and I want to see what they do next with it. Alright, let's see if we can make it to Grimwood, or if we are... Okay, good. Excellent. Yes. Let's see if we can finally bring this beast down. Won't be going for too much longer. I just want to see if this will be a full-on dungeon location, or if we just jump right into fighting this thing. Alright,
Follow my lead.
oh, that's the edge of the map. This is kind of where... Oh, what's this? Okay, find a suitable spot for an ambush. This is the place. Let's set up an ambush here. Alright, is there anything else in here that I should be aware of? Alright, so it looks like we're literally just setting up an ambush for the dragon. We're gonna kick its ass when it lands. This is gonna go swell. Alright. Here we go. Alright, this is where we'll set up an ambush for the dragon. Let's light as many fires as we can, so she thinks there's a whole caravan staying here overnight. You can be sure she won't resist such easy prey. How do you plan to lure the dragon here? We'll act like a group of careless foragers, ordinary hunters looking for wild game to provision the Crusader army. Let's go out hunting, then we'll hang the carcasses up on hooks to clean and gut them. If the dragon catches the scent of blood and sees the fires, she'll think we're inexperienced nobodies. After all, no skilled hunting party would draw so much attention to themselves. Easy prey, you see? Then when she swoops down upon us, we pounce on her instead. What is that stench? It's frog's eye, some herb from Magnamar used as seasoning by the Varisians. I'm not sure they could even eat anything without it. The heat of the fire will cause the smell to rise up in the air, where the wind will carry it far and wide. The dragon will surely catch our scent and take interest. Alright, got it, yes. Let's get started. This is going to be a fine ambush. Alright, get ready to fight. Sound the alarm. Hey, bitch, time for a rematch. Wait, are you the same dragon? You're not, are you? Oh, great. There's two dragons running around. Alright. It is the same dragon. Okay.
As it should be.
Alright. Okay. Oh, I have. A couple times now, and I assure you it is. Okay, try to pierce through the scales. If the wound's deep enough, we'll be able to track it down. Alright. Okay, we actually have the dragon caught by surprise. This is good. This gives us time to advance. Alright, definitely start laying down some buffs here. Bless the party. Nenio, do you have anything of protective value here? You know what? Yeah, let's haste someone. Haste, yeah, haste me. Oh, hey, there we go. Alright. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just nuke this thing. Alright, good hit. Alright, Grey Boar, charge on up there. Oh shit, I probably should have done protection from fire first. Oh well. Alright. Sela, get protection from it. Yeah, protection from evil. Well, there's more going on with her than meets the eye, but rest assured that for her comments thus far, she is as single-minded to her devotion to science as she appears to be, such that literally nothing else interests her. In fact, they actually do a good job making her seem genuinely abrasive. Like, everything else besides science is just, like, far beneath her. And I'm curious to see where they go with this, because the very, very few plot beats we've had with her so far are suggesting kind of an interesting mystery to unpack. Alright. Alright, do we have anything that's going to... Not affected by target spell resistance? Yeah, fuck it, let's throw ice at him. Hey, good hit. Alright, now. I mean, I ain't saying you're wrong, but so long as she gets results, she can be wearing a hollowed out fox head for all I care. All right. Now come on, Grey Boar. Yes, good hit. All right, Windwalk. Yes. You'll regret this. I'll remember you, and we'll meet again. I promise. Wound is deep, she'll lose a lot of blood. After her. Outstanding. Alright, everybody move. While the haste is still up. Do we go to the world map? Yep.
That is not far.
No, that's just shadows on the ground. I guess to the map? And here I was worried we wouldn't get to finish this off. Okay, here we go. The ground is covered in fresh dragon blood and deep claw marks. The winged silhouette soars high up in the night sky and heads east, doubtless toward her lair. The assassin gives the commander a thumbs up and throws his pack over his shoulder. The ambush was a success. Serious loss of blood, though not fatal, caused the dragon's heart to compensate by contracting more rapidly in order to oxygenate the muscles. This makes it more difficult for her to breathe and weakens her wing capacity. The lack of oxygen then leads to compulsive seizures that force the dragon to descend for short rests. It takes her the entire night to travel the distance she can normally cover in a few hours. Cool. Alright. So, where you at? So... we're just gonna find another random encounter? So it headed east. Oh shit, all the way over there. Alright, fine, we'll do that. Alright. We'll keep the whole army still, just keep this whole crusade on hold while we can finish off this one enemy. Which, granted, dragon is a giant problem for an army. Oh, hell. Oh, wait, no, we can handle these guys. Alright. That's more like it. Finish him off. Alright, you go over there. In fact, let's be bold and let's turn off turn-based here. Alright. Y'all focus on him. Y'all focus on him. Oh, damn, they got more. Shit. Well, that went poorly. Brother man, heal yourself. Actually, can we even heal yourself? Yes, we can. This is why we got this. I mean, it's the weakest ass potion, but maybe just enough to get out of the way. No, it's not. Damn it. So, yeah. Real time is fine for most fights, but things get complicated fast when you don't have time to prepare. Yep. I mean, you know, that didn't go terribly. We only lost Dayrin, right? That's not a big loss. No one cares. So yeah, basically, when you're just running around a dungeon squashing enemies, you kill in 1 or 2 turns, then it's fine to take the take the turn-based off. But for real fights, you definitely want time to consider your actions and, more importantly, your reactions. Alright. Onward. Alright, fine. Everybody will rest.
You know, I'm not as much of a self-righteous bore as the others.
You're also not as much of a jerk as I thought. For an arrogant, immature, self-absorbed man-child, of course.
Aww. They almost don't hate each other. Alright, let's go follow that bloody trail. Okay, here we go. Alright. Dark splotches of dried blood are visible on the ground. Its foul, pungent scent awakens the predatory instinct of the hunt. Everything nearby is splattered in blood, as if a battle took place here, or someone slaughtered a herd of goats. Yet this blood belongs to neither human nor goat. Its sulphurous odor indicates that this is the blood of a rare fire-breathing dragon. Injured and exhausted, the fleeing dragon stopped here to rest. The commander decides to... So yeah, sometimes you'll have these little choose-your-own-adventure sections where you have to make a tactical decision or respond to some vision you're happening, and it both influences the immediate situation and kind of your long-term development through various plot things happening. So, since we've got high perception, let's personally inspect this trail. Just, show off, hey, we know what we're doing here. Yes, we succeeded. Having examined the blood, the commander points confidently to the south. The dragon's lair is hidden somewhere among the mountain gorges. I almost read mountain ogres there for a second. The dwarf, who's been watching him, nods in approval. He seems impressed by the commander's tracking skills. Hell yeah, Senpai noticed me. Impress the girl he wants to sleep with or ask her for advice. Yeah, pretty much. Alright. Let's... So, can we go in? Place cannot be visited right now. Oh. So, track down the dragon. So are we... Is this where we're supposed to go? No, Artisan's Tower. That's it. Yep, there it is. Again, tunnel vision. And of course they're going to drag this out. Okay, trying to track down the female wound worm that has lately been wreaking havoc. Bloody blah. My throat's getting dry here. Who would dare build a tower up here so close to the demons? Why would they erect it here at the bottom of a canyon? In expert analysis, the tower structure provides the answers. Numerous features in its design indicate that the building dates back to the golden age of the Aslanti Empire. It is several times older than the Worldwound, and was originally constructed on top of a mountain before the cataclysm changed everything. Tectonic plates shifted, causing the tower to sink to the bottom of a newly formed canyon, and the mountains rose up around it like the jaws of a predator, ready to snap shut and bury it beneath the rock forever. Okay, ancient ruins have been abandoned for ages, barely visible amidst the steep cliffs. Suddenly we're road warden again. The tower would have remained hidden had the commander's party not discovered it by following the trail of blood. The dwarf signals that it's time to proceed. The alpine path leading to the tower soon splits into two directions. On the left is a rocky ridge, dangerously narrow and visibly unstable. On the right is a broad path covered in overgrown brambles and thickets. There are many poisonous plants in these mountains, some of which are so dangerous that merely touching them can lead to numerous adverse reactions. These include, but are not limited to, migraines, disorientation, vomiting, hearing and vision loss, paralysis, and even death. Consult your doctor before using. The commander assesses the risks and... Okay, chooses the steep and dangerous path. Chooses the path overgrown with suspicious brushes to the right. Fuck that, we're taking the overt danger. We live dangerously. Okay. The loose stones along the ledge are treacherous and unstable, and one wrong step could cause a rock slide. This is a task for either a person of outstanding acrobatic talent or someone attentive and cautious. Whoever leads the way will take on the greatest risk. Alright. Okay, send his most agile companion to lead the way. Why not? Ooh, okay. Not enough here. I'm the closest to it, but that's still a gamble. What about knowledge? Okay, Nenio is almost there. Not quite, but I like her chances. You know what? She came back from death once. She can do it again. I have faith in my immoral fox scientist. Let's go. Yes! Statistics show that the mountains often prove to be more cunning and cruel than those who seek to conquer them. Even places that seem harmless may in fact prove highly dangerous. However, Nenio does not make a single mistake as she skillfully navigates the most dangerous sections of the path. Her allies watch carefully, mirroring her every move, and the party arrives at their destination safely. Hell yeah! Oh, goddammit, there's more! Path comes to an abrupt bend. Recent rock slide, blah, hastily tie themselves with rope. Dwarf silently indicates his mountaineering equipment. If they choose to climb down the mountain cliff, they'll be able to get back onto the path and avoid the dangers ahead. So, orders the strongest of his companions to lead the party's descent, or the most agile. Shit. Okay, now we're getting into some problematic terrain here. Fuck. Alright, you know what, Greyboard? This is your mission. I'm gonna trust you here. This is a long shot, but I have faith. You are the newest member of this entourage. You're the most transparently mercenary besides Wendoag. But you know what? I believe in you. I have faith in you. You were born for this, my man. Get this. Yes! I was wholly prepared for that to backfire. But anyway, on we go. Assisted by training and combat expertise, combat experience, the party climbs down slowly and steadily. Greyboard does not panic or make a single mistake. Eventually, they reach a secure rock ledge. Okay, giant birds of prey circle ominously overhead. Their bleak morphology indicates their carnivorous nature, and their large size suggests that they consider those climbing down the cliff to be prospective prey. It's common for them to fling their quarry against the cliffs and then feed on their carcasses. Oh joy! With ear-piercing shrieks, they swoop into formation and dive down to attack. We give the order to... okay, scare off the birds or deal with the leader of the flock. Shit. Man, these checks are getting worse. I feel like I'm, again, just a bit under-leveled for this, but we've been doing right so far. So, Greybore is under Athletics by 8. Wenduag is under Lore by 10. You know what? I like her chances. She's my girl for this playthrough, and she is a murderous spider cat that I have grown quite fond of, especially since she's able to kill 4 targets with 3 arrows. You know what? I like her chances. Let's see what she knows about lore. Go get him, Wendu. Yes! Excellent. Wendu pulls out a knife and runs the blade over the stones. The metal makes a grating sound, and the birds fly away in fright. It is the same sound that their sworn enemies, mountain cats, make when they sharpen their hard claws on the rocks. The party overcomes every obstacle and finally descends to the ruined tower. The mountain has been conquered, and no one has fallen victim to its treachery. Now they secretly approach the unsuspecting dragon, stealthily making their way through the surrounding rocks. After leading them to the tower, the dwarf gives his newfound allies a nod of respect and signals for caution. Hell fucking yeah! Just a second, here we go. Alright, this might be a full-on dungeon. Storyteller, what are you doing here? So we probably won't run through the whole thing here, but let's see what's waiting for us up with this gentleman here, whom we have encountered before. Oh, what the fuck? Let's try to get as close as we can to the dragon without making any noise. Then we'll take it by surprise. Alright, we crept up on the toothy old lizard without her noticing us. It's a pleasure to work with real professionals. Let's get a little closer so we can attack when she least expects it. The dragon looms over an old elf, her vicious teeth bared in an angry snarl. You recognize his face. He's called the Storyteller. So here's a character we haven't seen since Act 1. He was a minor but important supporting character there, so it's curious to see what he's doing here. I know you're in league with the little parasites who wounded me. They sent you to spy on me. They thought I wouldn't crave the crunch of your old bones. They were wrong. I've always had a special liking for the taste of elven flesh, but I do love to play with my food. What can you offer me in exchange for your pathetic life? Perhaps I won't kill you if you manage to impress me. The Storyteller is pale as a ghost, but he stands strong and doesn't lose his nerve, though his voice trembles slightly as he speaks. A story. Stories are all I have, but some of them are priceless, more valuable than any treasure. This I can offer you in payment. Right. Something tells me it's not going to be very impressed by that. So let us brace ourselves. Alright, good. I have a peculiar item on me. Its previous owner was quite sinister, so I think you'll appreciate this story. The Storyteller produces a small bundle from his bag and opens it to reveal a golden signet ring. As he holds it up in his shaking hands, the old man's voice suddenly changes. His tone grows shrill and angry, taking on an exaggerated quality as if doing a mocking imitation of someone else. Everything in this throne room is so cheap and vulgar. Jamandi Eldori knows nothing about luxury. Another sorry provincial excuse for an aristocrat. And yet I must still bow my head and smile politely at these sword-wagging half-wits. These poor souls have never known anything more luxurious in their life than this rural parody of a palace. I must convince them I am at their mercy. Ha! Soon they will all beg me for mercy, and I will see that they're given none. But I will see that they're given none, or my name isn't Tartuccio. Yeah, definitely getting dry throat there. And look at these foolish idiots who want to become a baron. What a parade of louts. A whining, bumbling boor, more beard than face, who drones on, an insolent, unwashed wench carrying around a dull gardening tool as her weapon of choice, an undead sadist carrying an endless amount of emotional baggage from her childhood. She's actually alright, to be fair. But as for the infuriating halfling who never shuts up, how long to take that little journal of hers and shove it into her blabbering mouth so she'll choke on it and be quiet? A worthless creature who clings like a limpet to someone far more important. My greatest rival, a dark horse. Well, consider this entire performance dedicated to you. The old elf is out of breath, and his diminishing voice becomes harder to discern. Yeah, you know what? I think this is our cue. This story is boring. Let me tell you something way more interesting. Once upon a time... You again? You sent this miserable old daughter to distract me with his chatter while you sneak up on me? Chaos, baby! Oh, it's a callback to Kingmaker? Oh, that sounds awesome. Alright. Running a bit long, but what the hell. Let's see if we can make this quick. Alright. We're kind of squished up in here, so not ideal. But it is flat-footed for this round, so we won't be in too much trouble. Thankfully, Darren gets to cast protection from fire. Unfortunately, that's still a huge problem. Alright. Okay. Grey boy, just charge in, man. Alright. Wendu. 6 to the dome. Okay, that was anything but. That was the exact opposite of 6 to the dome. Alright. Let's see. Can we haste everyone? Yeah. There we go. Yes. Alright, Sela, move as far as you can and then heal some people, because we're going to need a lot of that this time. Alright. Want to keep our people behind cover. Alright, credit where it's due. She did tank that like a champ. Eat plot bolt, bitch. And, you know, please die. Alright.
You're in my way.
Ah, damn it. Yeah, see, she's got her magical... Ooh! Good hit. Good hit, my dude. Wendu, you're making me rethink this whole waifu thing. I'm starting to think I might need to switch to Aru in this playthrough if you can't start delivering them hits. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be cold about this, but my hands are tied. Speaking of being cold, haha! Alright. That's the ticket. Okay, Sela is somehow still standing. This is good. And... Damn it. Okay. I should have done that first. Oh well. Screw it. Get in there and start swinging. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, just throw everything down we've got. See if we can...
I'm alright.
Alright. Man, she is just... beating through that like a champ. I think actually that's one of her perks, where if something reduces her to 0 hit points, she keeps going on for one more round. Are you kidding me? The bolt of plot bullshit can miss? Come on now.
You had your chance.
Hey! Alright, Greyboar's getting some good hits in. Excellent, excellent. Hey, okay. Maybe we can do this after all. Get in the snowball in. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. We may just be able to pull this off. Hey! See, look, got a hit in. Excellent. Alright. You know what, why don't you get in there and heal her up? Oh! Okay. That hurts. It's alright, we got out of the ropes. We just need to hold out a little longer. Get off of you vile parasites! Oh, of course it's going to take off and hide one more time. Don't let the dragon get off the ground. She'll set everything on fire. Well, tempting as it is to drag this out, we are running past the time I planned for anyway, so we will call it there. But I'm actually surprised that went as well as it did. I feel like I was definitely underleveled and probably not as well kitted for that as I could have been, but that's kind of the charm of these games, that you can kind of jank your way past this stuff. This game definitely has some issues. Some is just like PC nonsense, like stuff just not working. Some aren't so easily forgiven, like core design issues. You need to be a little stubborn to get past some of the rougher spots, and you need to count on the game keeping you busy for a while. But it absolutely has its hooks on me. It hooks in me. The characters are fun. The plot's a page-turner. I love the feel of commanding a literal crusade marching into hell. I thought I didn't have time for games like this anymore, but I am finding the time to play more of it. And short of comparing a game to Deus Ex, that's about as high praise I can give. If you can be patient with the game, you'll get a ton out of it. Yeah, some of the issues is that this is Pathfinder. I completely understand. But yeah, thanks so much everybody for tuning in. Have a good night. Back to Dying Light on Saturday. Till then, take it easy.